Very good evening, students. This is Sukanya from NASO Olympiad. So, we are excited to begin this NASO Olympiad evening session. The National Astronomy and Space Olympiad is an Indian premier science competition connecting students to space science, astronomy, logic, and innovation. Organized by Navas EduTech with support of ISRO scientists and offer a platform to test your knowledge and ignite your scientific curiosity. So hope many of the students are joining. So let's wait for few more minutes, students. A very very good evening, students. To know the preparatory sessions. So we NASA Olympiad conducting the preparatory sessions. First of all, I want to explain you what is NASO. So NASA means National Astronomy and Space Science Olympiad conducted by Navas EduTech, and we are space tutor partner with ISRO and accredited with STEM.org. So we are mainly focusing on astronomy, space science, scientific thinking, and logical thinking. So this examination is from grade 2nd to 10th, and students will be awarded with many certificates, awards, medals, and ISRO visits, NASA visits. So here today I am inviting our content writer, Miss Parul ma'am. Miss Parul ma'am, thank you for being with us. Your guidance is incredible, valuable, and we are confident our students will be benefited from your expertise. Over to you, Parul ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sukanya. Good evening, students. I hope you all are doing well. Is my screen is visible to all of you? So good evening, very good evening to all of you. I hope you all are doing well. As you all know why we are here. We are here to discuss how you can achieve the target, how you can achieve better marks in your Olympiad exam, right? So before discussing or before saying anything, I'll just say have faith in yourself and have confidence in yourself that you can and you will, right? But how will you achieve these kind of targets, right? So here I am to discuss or to tell you some tips so that it will be easier for you to plan how to study or how to do any activities in this for this Olympiad, right? So let's start. So here are some tips which might be helpful to you, all of you, so that you can score better. So first is your syllabus. The syllabus is the most important tip. I can say that if you know what are the topics, what are the subtopics which are going to be asked in your asked in your Olympiad exam, so it will be easier for you, right? So I'll request all of you that you have your books, you have your extra books as you are in grade 8th, 9th, and 10th. So obviously you have some extra books also. So I'll request read each and every line of your book. If you have your book, you might be having many boxes, many experiments, many yellow box, blue box, many boxes. I think you will be having in your book. So I'll suggest read each and every line of that box also, right? If you have any experiment in your book, read that experiment. What are the apparatus used in that experiment? What are the what is the conclusion of that experiment? What are the processes? What are the procedures in that experiment? What is the result of that experiment? So why, if this is happening, why it is so? If this gas is released, why so? If this gas is released, what are the characteristics of that gas? So read each and every box as well as experiment given in your book, right? If I say read, it doesn't mean only read. Read means thorough reading. Read the line and understand that line, whatever it is given to you, right? So syllabus is the most important, utmost important thing. One more thing, I'll just suggest gather some extra information about that topic, about their subtopics, right? So because you are going to attempt this Olympiad exam, not your school exam, right? So I'll just suggest gather some extra information also. Clear? The next step is proper time management. Proper time management means, you know, you all of you are aware that in your Olympiad exam there will be 50 questions, right? And in how many minutes you have to clear that? That is 60 minutes, means 1 hour, right? So more than a minute for a question you have. But what I'll suggest is that attempt those questions first which you think that is easier for you, right? Attempt those questions which are easier for you, then go to difficult one. Clear? Because if you first attempt the easier one, you will attempt, I don't think so you will take more than 30 seconds for a question, right? So the time will left for you to attempt, more time will be, ample of time will be left with you for attempting the difficult one. So have a proper time management. Secondly, I'll suggest, if you struck somewhere, if you are not getting any answer for that question, I'll suggest skip that question, complete your questionnaire, then come back to that question again, right? Don't waste your time in that question only. Clear? And thirdly, I'll just suggest, don't read that question more than thrice. In twice or thrice, you will get the answer. If you are not getting that answer, you will be confused and will give a, I don't think so, then you will give a correct answer. So read the question twice and thrice or thrice, right? The next is the main utmost important thing is concept. If the concepts are not clear, if you are talking about anything, as you are in grade 8, 9th and 10th, if I take, for example, the mirror and lenses, right? The light. You should be very much clear what type of, how many types of lenses and mirror are there? What are the characteristics of that lens or mirror? What are the characteristics of the image formed by the plane mirror? What are the characteristics of image formed by the concave lens, concave mirror, convex lens, convex mirror? What are what are the natures of image formed by these mirror or lenses, right? So these are some subtopics. So if your concepts are clear of each and every topic, you will, I bet you will nail that exam, right? So be sure that your concepts are clear. Clear? The next is, don't panic. Don't panic. Have, as I told you, have faith in yourself. Go with confidence. And before starting an exam, take a deep breath and then start doing that exam, right? Because if you get panic, I'll definitely say you will lose your marks. So don't get panic, right? You know everything. If your concept, if your syllabus is, you have done complete syllabus has been done by you. If your concepts are clear, you can achieve anything. Clear? Next, the last, not the last, but very important also. This is practice. Just practice and practice and practice. Gather some questions anywhere from, if you are, as I told you about light, take questions from of topic light, solve MCQs, solve one mark question, and just practice, practice, and practice. If you practice more, your concepts will be clear, and you can get 650 questions in one hour, right? So I'll just suggest, do practice, practice and practice and practice. Okay. The last, focus more on HOTS rather than lots. What are HOTS and what are lots? HOTS means higher order thinking questions and lots means lower order thinking questions. But you are going to attempt this Olympiad exam. So the questions will be HOTS. rather than lots. But hordes are nothing. They are only lots, but with some twists and turns, right? So you don't have to you don't have to be worried about what are hordes, how can I solve this question. You can and you will solve this question if your concepts are clear. But this is only twist and turn of lots only, right? So these are some tips through which you can achieve your target. You can get good marks in this Olympiad exam, right? But now the question might arise, what are the different techniques, what are the different types of questions might be asked in your Olympiad exam, right? So here are some, I'm explaining some type of techniques. Before that, as you are in grade 8th, 9th, and 10th, you know that you have sub topics in science also. That means you have physics, you have chemistry, you have bio, right? Biology. So study all these syllabus, all these subtopics, sub-subjects clearly, carefully, and again I'll say, read read from the first line of your book to the last line of your last chapter, right? That too thoroughly. Just read your book thoroughly. You will get the answer from that book only. Okay. Now I'll explain different kinds of techniques which might be asked in your Olympiad exam. So first technique is diagram based question. Any diagram might be given to you and they can ask anything about that diagram, anything, right? So that is why I said earlier also that read your book, don't leave any diagram, any blue box, any yellow box, anything. Don't leave that. Just read them also, right? So here is a diagram. For example, this diagram is given to you and they said identify A and B. So this is a flower, right? So this is a flower and this is pollen grain which converted into pollen tube. And what is A? What is B? This is a female part of a female gamete of a flower, right? So A, what is A? A is style. And what is B? B is micropyle, right? So the answer for this question is C. So this is the diagram based, this kind of diagram based question might be asked in your exam, right? Next type of technique is correct or incorrect statement. What do you mean by correct or incorrect statements? Some statements might be given to you and they can ask whether the statement is true or false or anything about that statement, right? So for example, if I say choose the correct statement, you have to choose the correct statement. Now, before reading the options, I'll just say that you should know about the salt because this is a chemistry. You should know about the color of that salt. You should know how this salt reacts. So each and everything should be clear. That is why I said the concepts and syllabus should be very much clear to you, all of you, right? Now, when green vitriol is heated in a dry boiling tube, it converts into blue color. Green, what is green vitriol? Green vitriol is ferrous sulfate. And what is when we heat green vitriol, it converts into blue color. Is it true or false? No, this is not correct. When green vitriol is heated in a dry boiling test tube, it converts into reddish brown color. It is also not correct. When green vitriol is heated in a dry boiling tube, it converts into colorless color. Yes, this is correct because it contains 7 water molecules. When we heat ferrous sulfate or green vitriol, the molecules of water get evaporated and we left with a colorless salt, right? So again, I'll say, if your concepts are clear, you can give this answer. I don't think so. It will take more than 30 seconds, right? So I'll request again and again, I'll request concept, make your concepts clear, damn clear, okay? Next question, next type of question is knowledge-based question. So some like for example this, if you have knowledge about alloys, if you have knowledge about resistance or resistivity or electricity, you can give this answer in a second, right? The alloys are used in electrical appliances rather than metals. Why? Because alloys do not oxidize, right? Do not oxidize at high temperature. So, and its resistivity is higher than that of metals, right? So the first option is its resistance is same as that of metal. No, the resistance is not same as that of metal. Is resistivity is higher than that of metal? Yes, the resistivity is higher than metal. So I don't think so. We got the answer. The answer is option B. Then why should we read C and D? Because it should waste our time. So we know, if I'm very much sure that the resistivity of alloys are more than that of metals, so the answer is option C, because I have to take the correct one. So why should I read C and D? It will waste my time. So my option is B, and I'll bubble on my OMR sheet as B, right? Okay. The next type of technique is application-based question. As application-based question means, suppose some pH level has been given to you. These are acidic. The lemon juice, gastric juice, vinegar, dilute acetic acid, right? So these are given and the pH of them are given. You have to choose the decreasing order of their H plus ion concentration, right? So H plus ion concentration means the substance, the solution which has more H plus ions, they are more acidic. And if they have less H plus ion, they are less acidic. But if you don't know the pH scale, which is what it indicates, or how can we read that pH scale, you will not be able to answer this question, right? So that is why I request, because same thing, the concept, if your concepts are clear, you will answer this question correctly, right? So pH, lesser the pH, more the acidity, right? So they have asked the decreasing order of their H plus ions. The decreasing order of their H plus ion means which is more acidic till the least acidic, right? Here, the acidic is gastric juices, then lemon juice, then dilute acetic acid, and then vinegar. That means the option should be the 2, 1, 4, 3. The 2, 1, 4, 3 is option C, right? So this is the answer for this question. So again and again, I'll say this is also a concept-based question, right? Next is, next type of question is numerical-based question. Told you that science is divided into three subparts, subjects, that is physics, chemistry, bio. You have numericals on physics in physics. So just have knowledge about that. You should know the formulas, each and every, as in grade 10, you should know the formula of refractive index, you should know the formula of lens formula, you should know the mirror formula, you should know the formula of electricities, power, uh, current, voltage. Each and every formula should be clear to you all, right? So for example, the numerical based question is the maximum power of accommodation person having a normal vision is. So this normal vision, what is the formula of power? Anyone? The formula of power is 1 by F, right? But if power is in meters, but if power, if focal length is in meters, if focal length is in centimeter, what is the formula? Power is equals to 100 upon F, right? So how can we calculate this? They have asked you the maximum power of accommodation of a person having a normal vision. Normal vision means the near point will be 25 centimeter. The 25 centimeter is the focal length of that person. So near power is equals to 1 by F or 100 by F, 100 by 25. 100 by 25 means 4. 4 diopter is the normal, is the maximum power of accommodation of a person having a normal vision. So here the answer is C. So you have to learn each and every formula of your book, right? Now, next type of question is tabular and diagram based question. Some table might be given to you and with some diagram, and they have asked you about, if diagram is given, they can ask anything to you. If table is given, they can ask anything to you, right? So read the diagram, read the table with concentration and try to give that answer correctly, right? Like this is a question. When a substance X is treated with a cold water, it gives base Y and liberated a gas Z, which easily catches fire. Here X, Y, and Z are. What are X, Y, and Z? They are saying when X is treated with cold water. I think 10th grade students can answer this question very well. Cold water means, if you all of you are aware of reactivity series, so it starts from potassium, sodium, right? So if you learn, this is the concept I'm telling you how to learn, right? With an example, I have a reactivity series from potassium to mercury, silver, gold, right? Potassium is the most reactive element. After that, it comes sodium, then it comes calcium, right? So, top two elements are more reactive and they react with cold water, right? So, and the reaction is so exothermic that they can catch fire. Clear? So here X is sodium. So you don't have to read other options because sodium catches fire, potassium catches fire, because at room temperature only they can catch fire after reacting with the oxygen, and in water also, in cold water also, they react so violently with the oxygen present in the water, and they catch fire, right? So here the answer is sodium, and Y is sodium hydroxide, and Z is hydrogen gas. When sodium hydroxide reacts with, when X is treated with cold water, it gives base. Sodium hydroxide is a base because it has OH ions, and OH ions, OH, when it reacts with, as sodium catches fire, so it releases hydrogen gas also. So the answer for this question is A, right? Next is experiment based question. I told you that you should read each and every experiment given in your book, right? I told you earlier also about that. Like suppose this is an experiment based question. Paras was performing an experiment in a lab. He added zinc to copper sulfate solution, right? While performing this, he saw a precipitate of copper. He asked his teacher about this precipitate. So zinc, as I right now I was talking about reactivity series. So as in reactivity series, zinc is more reactive than copper, so it will displace copper and form zinc sulfate, right? This is a single displacement reaction. So when zinc reacts with copper sulfate, it gives zinc sulfate and copper, right? So here are the options. According to you, why he saw a precipitate? He saw a precipitate because here zinc is oxidized. Because there is oxidation of zinc, zinc becomes zinc sulfate, right? So only because of this oxidation, the copper and zinc converts into zinc sulfate. Clear? So again, I'll suggest all of you that before going for this Olympiad exam, just go through each and every experiment given in your book, right? Again, what are their apparatus? What are the procedures? What are the conclusions? What is the result? So, and what is this experiment about? So read it very, very, very carefully, right? Next type of questions may be asked is match the following. In match the following, the two columns will be given to you and you have to choose the correct option. Everything is clear, but while choosing the options, sometimes the options are so confusing. So choose the correct option and bubble the correct answer in your OMR sheet. Okay. Like column 1 and column 2, these are the chemical names in column 1, and in column 2 it contains some uses or the common name, right? So calcium oxychloride is a bleaching powder, and this bleaching powder is used in textile industry. What is brine is an aqueous solution of sodium chloride. What is antacid here is baking soda. And what is calcium sulfate hemihydrate? Sulfate hemihydrate is plaster of Paris, and this is used in making toys. So for this, answer is, sorry, calcium oxychloride is in textile. So 1C. Acha, one more thing. I know calcium oxychloride is used in textile industry. So here we have A option and D option. So we can omit B and C, right? Here we can save our time. Now we have to choose from only two options, that is A and D. Next is brine. What is brine? Brine is sodium chloride, that is D. So option A has do 2D. So my answer will be A, right? So without wasting our time, I'll bubble this question as option A. So this is what I was explaining earlier also. And now again, I'll explain. Just do the work smartly, right? So we know here we have two options left, A and D. And now from the second term only, I got the answer, and I'll bubble this question and I'll save my time for the difficult ones, right? Next is reaction-based question. As you all are in 8th, 9th, and 10th grade. So all of you have reactions in your book. So read every reactions. A student of class 10th was doing an experiment in a chemistry lab. He took a red hot iron and reacted with steam. When iron reacts with steam, what is the reaction? So when iron reacts with steam, it gives Fe3O4 plus H2O, plus H2 gas. So what is the answer for this? The answer is B, right? So this is also a reaction-based question. Next is assertion-based reason. Assertion reason question. 10th class students, you will get assertion reason question in your boards also. So here also the concepts play a very crucial role. If your concepts are clear, you will get the correct answer, right? So like assertion reason, like Mendel's F2 monohybrid geotypic ratio will, just a second, my screen is not, sorry, is 1:2:1, and reason Mendel's F2 phenotypic ratio was 3:1, right? So monohybrid genotypic ratio was 1:2:1, and phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Are these statements correct? Yes, both of these statements are correct, but the reason is not the correct explanation of assertion, right? So the option for this question is both A and R are true, but R is not a correct explanation of the assertion, right? So these are some assertion reasoning based question. You can answer these questions, but students, you can answer these questions. These type of questions are somewhat confusing, but again, I'll say if the concepts are clear, you can give the answer correctly, right? So these are some techniques which will be, I think, which will be very helpful to you, all of you, to make a plan, to schedule your plan. How will you study, and how will you study for this Olympiad exam and can achieve better in your exam, right? So this is all from my side. Thank you so much, and all the best for your Olympiad and all other exams. So thank you so much. Over to you, Sukanya.
Thank you so much, Parul ma'am, for your such an engaging session.
Thank you.
Your experience and guidance have truly helped our students understand how to prepare smartly for NASA Olympiad. We really appreciate your time and effort today. So now, students, let's move to the next important part of our session and understanding how to fill OMR paper correctly. Even if you know all the answers, filling the OMR sheets wrongly can affect your marks. So let's learn it in the right way. So here you can see the OMR sheet of NASA Olympiad. So OMR stands for Optical Marks Recognition. It is a special answer sheet that the computer reading to evaluate your answers. So here you can see the instructions for filling the sheet. This sheet should not be folded or crushed. So if you fold the sheet or if you crush the sheet, the answers won't be calculated. Use the blue or black point pens for the filling. And for the primary grade students, you can use the pencil you can use the pencil. Circle should not be darkened completely or properly. And cutting the paper or erasing the sheet not be allowed. And do not use any stray marks on the sheet. And here you can see, first students, you have to fill your name over here. For example, your name is Sanjana. You need to write in block letters, in capital letters like Sanjana, Sangana, Sanjana, and you need to fill according to your names here. Like suppose your name is Sanjana. Here you can write S, right? So here you need to bubble S. So A in the sense here you need to bubble the A. Okay. So after that you need to fill your grade. For example, if you're studying in grade 2nd, you need to fill over here. And gender. If you are a male means you can bubble over here and female means here you need to bubble. After that, your roll number. Roll number in the sense your hall ticket number. And here you can see the school code. School code, your teacher, your class teacher will provide the school code. You need to enter the school code and you need to fill here bubble. And here you need to bubble it. And after that, father name. You need to write your father name in the capital letters, school name, email ID, and city. And here, let's come to the mark your answers here. Here, for each question, we are giving 4 options, right? So, here you need to bubble the correct answer sheet. And for example, if you are bubbling here, you need to completely bubble here. Like this. After that, you need to signature here and here. Your class teacher will do the sign. And hope you understand how to fill the OMR sheet. And now students, I want to share you one more special video to you. Like last academic year 24-25, we are taken our NASO toppers for the ISRO visit. So I want to share that video with you. I think I think it will be uh, exciting to you. So wasn't this inspiring, students? If they can do it, so you can. Stay focused, attend all preparatory sessions, and give your best. Your path to ISRO begins with NASO. So aim high, reach for the stars. I hope each of you have learned something new and exciting about science, space, and how to prepare for NASO. Remember, Olympiads are not just about marks or ranks. They are about discovering your potentials. Stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring. Thank you all for the wonderful participation. See you in the next session. Bye.